Hey, it's Maggie. Today I'm talking about Scorpio. So I wore Martian red, which I should wear for all the fire signs. But Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto, so black would do as well. They're very, very passionate. Their birthdays are October 23rd through November 21st. So it's the eighth sign of the zodiac. It's the house of joint finances. So Scorpio or the eighth house, or say if you had their ruler like Pluto or Mars in a sign, that would kind of color it Scorpio. Um, yeah. So they're fixed water and they're emotional, sensitive, and clairvoyant like the other water signs like Pisces and Cancer. Um, they're ruled by their sex, their sex organs. Um, and they're also known as the scorpion, the eagle, and the phoenix rising out of the ashes, like Pluto, you know. Pluto's all about transformation and death. And um, so Scorpios, it's kind of like a game of chess with them. They can be kind of quiet and sensitive, and it's kind of lay in wait and then sting you, sting you. Um, so you want to stay on their good side, and they can be incredibly seductive. They can also be very compulsive, um, like with gambling or any of the addictions. Um, so they could be very sweet and sensitive, intuitive and clairvoyant, but on the other side, they can be very intense, controlling, manipulative. Um, every sign has their negative and positive traits. So, I think we play out both, both. So a lot of Scorpios are very proud of being a Scorpio. They like it. Um, and with Scorpio in the eighth house, it is joint finances, and they have incredible power, and they know it. They know it. They have like the power of a fire sign. Um, but because they're ruled by Pluto and Mars, they know how powerful they are. And so they may lie in wait, and then pounce, pounce on what they want, whatever it is they want. Um, yeah, so Scorpios, you don't want to get them mad because they'll get even sooner or later. They will get even. But where I was going with the Scorpio, or in the eighth house, Scorpio in the eighth house, or Mars and Pluto in the eighth house, um, karmically, if they misuse their psychic power that they know they have, if they use it with too much control, manipulation, or use it for harm, like, black magic or something like that, it'll come back on them. Like, I don't know how many fold, threefold, tenfold, or whatever, but for some reason, that sign in the eighth house, because it's the site of the occult as well, and they know how powerful they are intuitively, instinctively, and so yeah, they just need to be aware of that. Beware of that because it will come back to them. But they're unparalleled when it comes to empathy, depth, perception. They would make great scientists. Anything FBI agents, spies, anything digging for the facts or undercover, working undercover, being like a Mason, a Freemason, uh, working in the sex trade. Yeah, Scorpios, they're very, very proud of their sexuality. They're not, they could be seductive and beguiling. Um, they can also, Pluto has a compulsive quality about it. It can be stalking, you know, stalking their prey. Um, it can be compulsive and obsessive as well. So that's another thing to be aware of if you're caught in the Scorpio's radar. Or, yeah, um, it can be maybe hard to disentangle from that. Um, but they're very, very interesting, intense. I mean, you look into a Scorpio's eyes and you're looking into their soul. They have deep, penetrating eyes, like they can almost see right through you. So both Scorpio and Pisces are known by their eyes. You know, with Scorpio, it's more piercing, and with Pisces, you know, it's more watery. You know, they have beautiful ocean. They're not always blue green, but they have beautiful ocean eyes, beautiful watery eyes. But Scorpios, yeah, they see right through you. So red and black would be their colors. Yeah, and so they can be very sweet and sensitive, but they can also be power. The best way to use their psychic ability would be for well, to help others, or spirit. They could have spiritual evolution. Um, yeah, we had this one coworker. He was a religious writer for a newspaper, and so he ended up just dropping acid. And he was a Scorpio, and he ended up dropping acid and wrote some books at like the psychedelic club or something, you know, with Timothy Leary. And yeah, that's kind of a. But his, you know, when he used to write, his articles were very, very interesting because he would go very deep into the subject, and delving into different religions, you know, would be interesting, or philosophies, or you know, um, yeah. So as long as there's not a relentless power, you know, power control, ego, power control. Um, you know, Scorpio, you want to evolve a little bit, you know, spiritually evolve, and use your powerful psychic, clairvoyant abilities. Um, Use them constructively, you know, whether for yourself or for others. But the main thing is do no harm, like the Hippocratic Oath. First, do no harm. That would be a good one for Scorpio. And yeah, so and they're great with joint assets. Well, I do know Scorpio though, and she I wrote a poem about her. I nicknamed her Black Widow. In the poem, I was writing a story of Black Widow because everything she touched, you know, the men whose lives she touched, you know, just ended up. There was always like an emergency, you know, an ambulance was called, or they killed themselves or something. There was always some agency involved after the fact. Yeah, it's a Black Widow, but and it's the joint funds, you know, like having a house put into your name, and just yeah, just some underhanded stuff. But not all Scorpios. Some Scorpios are very, very highly evolved, and they can fluctuate between the two, like we all can, you know. Um, Yeah, so anyway, Scorpios are very proud of their sign. Uh, Red, maroons, black, go all goth, you know. Um, wear your sexuality. Yeah, somebody asked me to do their chart, and they were just so proud of their Scorpio, and like kind of it was like, how dark can you get? You know, how dark? But she he he wanted me to do the darkest possible chart I could find. And I just said, well, if you want your chart done, just let me know. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.